Why you rude? Thank you for subscribing. Now you can like, comment, and share. Thanks. Oh, everything check. I'm in the frame. Check. I have my blouse together. Check. My little elephant. Check. I have applied lipstick for you guys because it's the first Friday of 2023. I'm in the house and I was like, why not do the video I've been thinking of doing? So house rules first. This is a new setting. I know how beautiful because I'm in a new home. I know. I survived 2022, didn't you? And then out there you will hear some car horns. Ignore it. I am the main character today. Oh, I have 6 nails, guys. Yes, and I don't have time to go make them. And I thought, like, don't you lose nails yourself? Don't you? So yeah, I have 6 nails and I plan on going different this month. Like, I'll just remove them and stay plain for a while as my nails go back to something. These are dead, guys. These are dead. I have written down my points here. Let me not show the brand. I've written down my points hapa. So this is going to be an international page one day, and I'm here talking in Swahili. I will be going through the 6 points of how I survived 2022. Yeah, I really survived it. And here I am. Anyway, guys, without further, I have my energy drink. It's Friday, 8 p.m. And this is my all-time mood. Fun fact, when I invite you over, I usually buy these 2 tumblers and I buy them according to people's personalities, and then that's what you drink from. I'm so adamant about that. If you are an angry Betty, you're going to drink from an angry Betty cup. What do you mean? Isn't this me? Yeah. Maybe a short description of how my 2022 was. Basically, it could have been my worst year. I say could have been because I have done everything I could to not make it my worst year. It is the year I've had my hopes crushed, some of my dreams crushed. I've had losses of any amount, both tangible and not tangible, and I have cried, I have wailed, both alone and with friends. And if I did not do these things, I would not have survived my 2022. It could have easily been my worst year, guys, but I really showed up for myself, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of Yvonne, because everything good that happened to me this year, I made it happen. I went out of my way to make it happen, and that's why I'm sharing how I survived my 2022, just to help even one person, or maybe even to entertain you. Man, laugh at my pain, because it's done. Like, yeah, I don't want to go much deeper into it. I'm not ready to share things that happened, but think of the worst, guys. Okay, not that bad. I'm looking for a name that is not that bad, Lillian. No, don't come back. Not that bad, but it was bad, guys. It was bad. But here I am, still affording a very genuine smile, guys. My first point, how I survived 2022. Routine. So some will be boring, some will be fun. There has to be the boring part, otherwise I wouldn't have survived, because I really needed a routine. I've talked about this countless of times. I don't know if it resonates with you, but without routine, I achieve almost nothing. almost nothing. I don't want to diagnose myself with ADHD. I'm not sure I have it, but someone who wants to do 5 things at the same time and then end up not completing any of it. So my routine is I wake up most of the days. Keyword is most. Most of the days I wake up, I go to the gym, come, shower, and begin working. I know I cannot be 8 hours productive, so I really bank on the hours after showering. I really try to do the most then, or that is what I plan to do, or that's what I've been doing to survive, because I still have my jobs and I want to do better this coming year as well. So having a routine also really gives you tunnel vision, where it makes you focus, it makes you feel. I work from home, in case you don't know, in case you haven't watched my other videos, and if you haven't, that means you haven't subscribed. Excuse me, why are you rude? Thank you for subscribing. Now you can like, comment, and share. Thanks. Anyway, so I work from home, and if I don't plan myself, if I don't have a routine, I'll achieve almost nothing. And it will just be me sleeping, waking. Routine saved my life. Something about the gym and keeping your mind, I think the rush, whatever they say, dopamine, that thing. Because when I'm on the treadmill, I am planning my day. When I leave the gym, or when I come shower after the gym, I feel so refreshed. I feel like I've accomplished at least one thing, and that makes you want to do another and another. So maybe gym is not your thing. So, and maybe you don't also work from home, but the routine is very important, because even in December was too much fun, and I just missed the routine, because why are we waking on a random day? You don't know what day it is, and you are just drinking. Why do we do that to ourselves, guys? Routine was so important. My number 2 is what I love the most. Guys, you have hobbies. Maybe your hobby is reading. Maybe your hobby is walking the dog, or just taking a walk. Maybe your hobby is taking care of plants, sewing, painting, drawing. Mine is content creation. It sounds bizarre, but listen, content creation has been my core. It has been my foundation this year. If there's anything I've been consistent at, from the first day of January to the last day of December 2022, it was content creation. And I have mentioned it in a story before. I have done content while at the brink of death. I have done content after a regret email. I have done content after I've just from crying. It really helps me. It's my hobby. It has held me down. I really love the consistency. If there's anything I've remained consistent with, is that it's the year I came up with. I started my YouTube channel, something I wanted to do for like 11 years. I started it. I love content creation. I can wake up at night and just edit videos I already have, and just try to see the different ways I can do this and that. And everything I have and how I've progressed with my content creation has been because of doing it often. Like, all these things are self-taught, and I've been doing my research online, and I love it so much. Like, I love editing, and I like creating the content and seeing people appreciate it, or just seeing how your idea come to life. The best feeling ever. Content creation was the best thing that I ever did for myself this past year, and it helped me survive 2020. The third point is I was open to new friendships. Let me tell you, I could count, in the beginning of the year, I could count my female friends on one hand. Actually, remove those two. Like, I had one. Okay, I had a number, but things happened to some others. I hope they're dead. But I was open to new. Like I think the end of a relationship or a friendship is because of that particular person. It's not in general women friendship. And if you believe female friendships are bad, please go to the next video. Thank you. It was nice having you. It wasn't. No, it wasn't. I was open to new friendships, and it doesn't need to be deep to be a friendship. That's what I came to learn, because I was so serious with my friendships, and I wanted to call anyone I called my friend is someone who I could tell everything that happens to me and all that. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can have friends just to have fun. And I did. I was so open to it. I have met women from different walks of life, and I've had fun with them. And I'm so glad that I opened my mind to them and to the new experiences. And there's just something about female friendship that is so warm, that you find people who you can relate with, people who can teach you things, people who can hold you down when you are barely surviving, guys. I think that is one of the things that really helped me survive 2022, the new female friendships. And for those that were still there when the big year was beginning, we grew deeper. I just loved it. I just love growing old, guys. And just sitting with friends, having wine, maybe tea. Anyone. And for those who we also talk on DMs and it feels like we know and we're very familiar with each other, I also loved that. I just like having relationships with women. I wish I sometimes. I think I'll edit that out. Please, editor, please edit that out. I'm talking to myself because there's a mirror behind you. Yeah, I'm the editor. I'll edit that out. Anyway, I just loved opening myself to new. Please open yourself up to new friends, to people who see life differently. Please do. It doesn't have to be deep. You don't have to share your deepest, darkest secrets. It doesn't have to be people you talk to every day. Just have someone who you can enjoy something you love doing. A day, a week, a month. I promise you, it was one of the things that really kept me going last year. Fourth one is quite deep. So I wrote down letting go. And I think acceptance is also what I mean. And by that I mean, I am someone who really holds on to things and really wants to find the reason why someone would do something, or I will really scratch to see what I could have done differently. But me letting go of things, accepting I can be wrong, accepting I can be wronged, accepting I'm not that special to go through some things, really helped me let go of a lot of things, and I stopped dwelling on things that I cannot change. I have been like that. I don't dwell on things that I cannot change, but I realized when I get hurt, I want to feel super hurt, and I want to hold on to it, and I want to question it every day I wake up. Why would someone do that to me? Why would someone do that to me? Right now I'm like, it happened. Things happen. And when I'm wrong, I apologize and I move on. And the week I would have spent dwelling on that, I used it to enjoy the life that is already there, if you get me. So if I could spend 7 days rude, honestly guys, rude. If I could spend 7 days overthinking about something, this time round I was like, I don't even, sorry, it was not even about me letting go. I just didn't have the energy. I just couldn't. And I'm growing older. I can't waste my time on things that are not moving. I'm just like, it's okay, next. It is okay, next. Because I felt like I cried too much. I mean, is this my narrative? Me crying every week? So I let go, I accepted, and it does something, it calms your spirit and it opens you up to new things. And it's a new day. Bring it. It hits you again by the way. You see that you wake up and then things are good immediately. It hits you once again, but you're like, what can I do? What can I say? This year, just shrug and say, okay, you can wrong people, you can be wronged. You are not that special not to be wronged. You're not that special not to go through some things, and it is okay. As Abba and Preach, one of my favorite YouTubers, say, it's okay to be average. It doesn't have to be very high, it doesn't have to be very, it's okay to be average. And number 5, alcohol. Did I stutter? No, honestly. Appropriate amount of alcohol really helped me survive 2022. It just injects that kaka super energy, that kaka tipsy feeling, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. Do with that information what you want to do with it. The other one is long phone calls with Bridget. Honestly, I couldn't leave that out. I have spent over 3 hours with this woman on phone. You can say an hour we are silent. Minutes in between we are silent. One is cooking, the other one is washing dishes, maybe we are working. But that really held me down. That really helped my 2022. Just to have someone there. I cannot state that enough. It's so underrated. And I don't mean if you don't do phone calls, you can just have someone where you can sit down and talk. Because my mom says, and I know it's not her saying this, but it's her who keeps on repeating, a problem shared is half solved. But honestly, the phone calls, they solved my problems 3/4. Honestly. Thank you so much. I could not let that go. I couldn't find myself remove that from my list of how I survived 2022, because I think it was a huge chunk. My last one is I lived. I lived, and by that I mean I opened myself up to every. I went to how many concerts? More than 5. Konku, Oktoberfest, Blankets, Aunty Social. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I went to trips that were short notice. I went to trips that were, the work trips helped. I lived. I cried when I needed to cry. I laughed when I needed to laugh. I showed up to the camera with my hair half done or not done at all. I showed up to the camera with my pajamas. I shared my deepest insecurities with the internet. I lived, guys. I was my most authentic this year, and I didn't care. And just that fact where people expect you to be 100 and on every day, out the window. I lived. I drank when I needed to drink, not during office hours. Not during, but I lived. I attended all birthday invites I was invited to, all the branch invites I was invited to. I made up things so that people can just meet and do something. I did spontaneous things. I double texted when I wanted to double text. I sent that drunk text when I needed to. I left a bad situation because I could and it was necessary. I lived. And looking back at a year that was supposed to be the one that killed me, being one of my best years, is the best thing I could have ever done to myself. And as I've said, 2022 would have been a bad year but everything good, I personally made it happen. And I am carrying that to this year, and I am going to try out nurturing new plants, knitting, drawing, paintings. Anything. I'm going, sign me up. So long as I am able, I'm going to be there. Guys, thank you so much for listening. If it has helped you, give me a thumbs up. If it has entertained you, give me a thumbs up. If it has done nothing to you, guys, just give me a thumbs up, share my content, subscribe. Honestly, let us get to 1,000 at least by March. Thank you so much. This is my first video going out. I hope more will come. I hope I get the energy. I'm always praying for energy, because apart from being creative, having the ideas, I also need the energy, guys. Happy 2023 from me to you.